What's up YouTube, back here again with another video, and today we're going to take a look at a new offering from AKK. So I've had some AKK VTXs in the past, some of the original ones that started to come with smart audio, and they worked great for me until Betaflight screwed up the smart audio stuff, and then there was that whole thing. So now half of them don't work with smart audio, and if you've ever used smart audio, you know that if you don't have smart audio or tramp telemetry, whatever, Betaflight OSD control, it sucks. I just can't stand not having it. So I switched over to tramps as those other ones started to die and things, and I bought some new ones, and I've been using the tramps because they didn't have any problems. They work on everything. I think they're a good price and they're great VTXs. Anyway, I needed a new VTX, so I figured, hey, let's try out some of these AKK, these new versions that are coming out. Now, I missed the ultimate ones, the ones that were just like, I don't know, 1200 milliwatts or whatever. This is the newest offerings from them. And you can see right off the bat, this is the AKK Fx-2 Ultimate Mini. All right, we got a half stack configuration. These are 30 and a half by 30 and a half. So this is going to fit a half stack, which is what we're going to plan to do for this guy. So we're going to mount it. All right, we're going to mount it as a half stack here. We got an MMCX connector up here on the top and solder points, which is fantastic. Now they're labeled on this side, soldered on this side. They're labeled on this side too, some of them, all of them. So we pretty much got everything we're going to need. Let's just untwist this, and I like that they already kind of stick the wires on there, and then if you need to reconfigure or change the things around or take some stuff off, you can, nice and easy. Now there's no heat shrink on this, so that kind of stinks, but we got a button up here. You got your LEDs right here that are going to give you, your status if you're not using Betaflight control. And that's pretty much it. Okay, here's our labelings here. So as we go down, we got smart audio, 12-volt output. So that's cool. It's got a 12-foot output too. 5-volt output, ground, video, ground, and 7 to 26-volt input. So now I'm going to power this off of VBAT, so we don't have to worry about that. So VBAT, ground, video. I don't need these two, so we're going to end up taking them off. But that's cool. So you can use a 12-volt output out of here if you need it. So that's kind of cool. But I like to, run as small amount of voltage and things through these VTXs as I can to kind of try to cut back on noise and whatever else. So we'll just unsolder these because I don't need them. So that's kind of cool. We can have that option. All right. So we'll get rid of those. Now we're set up to install that. All right, let's see what else we got in the box. All right, so we got an MMCX. All right, just a simple MMCX to SMA, standard. And then our little instruction book. All right, it's going to give you all the information. Now, this is the ultimate. All right, so it does have 1200 milliwatts. We'll look at this stuff in a minute. The stuff in yellow is what's locked out. Okay, I guess the FCC's been busting some stones about having certain things unlocked and available. So you can see what's locked out. It's in yellow. This 1200 is locked out, and we'll get into that because that's my biggest con about this VTX. It says it has 1200 milliwatts, which it does. You can get it in 1200 milliwatts, but there's some funky stuff with that. We'll get to that when we get to that. So let's do the how-to portion. Let's get it installed, and then we can get over into the function. Now, if I just kind of sit this here, now every install is going to be different. I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to install it here, or actually, yeah, like this with the lights up. So I only need to run it to here, so I don't need a whole lot of wire. So I'm just going to chop these kind of in half. I don't want to go too short. So we're ready to install this guy now. like we already kind of went through, I'm going to use smart audio. I got video, ground, and your voltage in. Now again, if you needed to work your camera into this, you can, but this is for this application, so the basic application of this guy. So I'm going to run, again, for my application, I'm going to run this off of VBAT, kind of right here on the side. So we're going to attach that to the main input. Alright, and there's a capacitor on here, so this should try to help that out. We got the capacitor right there. Alright, now every flight controller is going to be different, but you're going to want to find your ground, and I tend to like to keep the grounds. Instead of running this ground to the battery ground, I like to keep it where the camera ground is, or where the VTX ground was supposed to be, which is right here. Alright, and then you're going to want to hook up your video to your video out port. And then your OSD control, or your smart audio, is going to go in either an open TX on your UART, or the spot that's labeled for it, or whatever the case. So that's going to go to a TX. Twist that up. All right, and then this is going to go on here. All right. MMCX connector goes in. Antenna goes on. Now we're ready to test it out, and we can talk about some of the operation. So we got our screen connected and all this other good stuff. So let's power this up. You can see we got all three lights here running. Now I believe it's one light's going to be channel, one light's going to be. All right, so this already came up. Okay, so this came up under the channel that I had already set because smart audio is working. So that's why mine came up with already, because I literally just plugged this in for the first time. So because I already had smart audio set on here, I believe that's why the channel came right through. So I'm pretty confident that smart audio is working. So we'll look at the features. You can even see that. Smart audio, and yes, there we go. So we got, let's see if I can, so you can see that a little bit better. Alright, so we got, you can see right here, this means that we're working. So smart audio, you're going to have to set your smart audio on your ports tab of Betaflight. Again, I already had that kind of set, so we know we're good with that. Now if we go back into features, let's change the power. Oh, what did I hit? Smart audio, let's change the power to 200. Then hit set. Yes. Let's watch the light. You see how the, now we only got two lights showing on here. Now here's the tricky part. You can't actually get up to the 1200. So it only shows 500 here. Okay, but technically it's 600 because that's what the output's on here. So it's 25, 200, 600. So even though the same 800, 500, but this, in order to get to the 1200, you're gonna have to unlock it. All right, so let's get into that. All right, let's set this back down to 25 so we don't burn nothing out. So if you're keeping track, if you're gonna use this through the smart audio command, 600 is the max you're gonna be able to get, minus those 3 channels. All right. Now let's say you want to unlock. The 1200 milliwatts, right? So let's look at the directions. All right. So unlock yellow selections by pressing button 8 seconds until 7 LEDs light up simultaneously. All right. So let's push this button so all the lights light. Alright, so all the lights lit up. Now, in order to get to 1200, so let's see, power selection, or press button for 4 seconds, green LED will flash. Simple short press and select 25, 200, 600 sequentially. For 200, 600, green LED flicker once. It won't light on. Okay, so green LED will flicker once. Green LED only light for 25. So when the light is off, when there's no green light, so the green light is lit, green LED for 200, green flicker once. Green LED only lit for 25. So the green LED is lit. Can you see that? So that means we're on 25. All right, so if we want, let's hold this for 4 seconds and get the green LED going. I think I messed that up. Red flashed. All right, so now off. Now that's telling me, so if I hit it again, all right, that's 25, 200, 600. All right, now we're in 1200 milliwatts. So now this thing is outputting 1200 milliwatts. But here is the kicker. I'll unpower. So we unlocked it. We got it set to 1200 milliwatts, all that good stuff. Power back on. And now you can see again, the light is green, and we are back at 25 milliwatts. So that's where my two biggest complaints with this thing, because this is the second one. I have another one that I've been using. With smart control, you can only get it to 600, and when you do unlock it and set it to 1200, as soon as you power cycle it, it locks itself back down to 25, which you will then have to reset in your OSD control and or through the button. So you can unlock it for, let's say you want to do a long flight. For that particular flight, you're going to have to do it through the button. So you have 1200 milliwatts, but it's not as easily accessible, and I think that's the point. I think that, I don't want to sit here and say that they screwed it up, because I'm pretty sure that's the point because of the FCC and all that other good stuff. So there you go. That is the AKK Fx-2, what do we got? AKK Fx-2 Ultimate Mini. And I believe the Ultimate full stack size works the same. Any of the newer versions that have 1200 milliwatts are going to work the same. So there you go. That's that. Let's see. I think that covers everything. Any questions, comments, concerns, you know where to put them down below in the description. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one.